Oh man, it's it's funny, guys. Guys, we're gonna talk about the Dragon Ball Super manga in just a second. We're gonna talk about Vegeta versus Granolah because we have a huge spoiler for that battle and for this month's manga chapter. We're gonna talk about it in just a sec. But I find it ironic that we're getting ready for the release of the new Dragon Ball Super manga chapter. And then with the spoiler that just came out a couple hours ago, right? We also got some really good Vegeta news, especially for fans of Dragon Ball Legends. Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta is coming to Dragon Ball Legend. I will be doing a summon video for that. You guys know I don't do many Legend summons. I usually just play in my free time, but definitely, this is one of the characters we've been waiting to be added to the game, and he looks absolutely amazing. Looks gorgeous. The royal blue, everything, man. And it looks like they got his animations straight out of the Tournament of Power in the anime, so it looks good. So just want to let you guys know, for fans of Dragon Ball Legends, Super Saiyan Blue Evolution is coming to the game, and it will be an LF unit. No surprise, of course. But let's talk about the Dragon Ball Super manga. So, depending when you guys are watching this, the new Dragon Ball Super manga chapter, right, where Vegeta will be showcasing his new form against Granolah, that chapter will be releasing in less than 24 hours. And as always, like I do every month, we will have a video where we go through the entire chapter, we discuss it, we analyze it, we react to it, and then we talk about, where the story's going to be going, right? And these are images that came out on Monday. I didn't cover them because I wanted to wait to see if we were gonna have more spoilers come out. So you guys recognize these images from the early draft pages. These are them now in HD quality, right? We get to see Vegeta's new form, and Vegeta says you've really gotten in cock. And remember, these translations are from DBS Chronicles. I do want to remind you guys of that. The official translations will be in Viz and wherever you guys read your manga once the chapter releases tomorrow. But for the most part, these translations are on point, but they'll look a little bit different in the official translation. So, Vegeta, he's really getting into the fighting spirit, and we're gonna talk about the big spoiler here in just a second. All right, I just want to cover these really quickly because we didn't cover them yesterday. So we see Vegeta. He's like, "You really gotten too cocky, haven't you, bastard?" And Vegeta's basically telling Granolah, "Hey, I'm gonna take things up a notch." And look, I'm gonna say Vegeta's new form looks good. It looked very weird how it was presented in the last chapter because the way it was presented with the look on Vegeta's face, it was like, what the hell? Plus, we've never seen Vegeta without eyebrows before. So we were just like, what's going on here, right? But now that we're seeing this more in official HD pages, I'm getting used to it a little bit more, and it's not as bad. I told you guys last month it was gonna take us some time to get used to seeing Vegeta without eyebrows. But now that we're seeing it more, especially throughout this entire chapter, it doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look that bad at all. It's not better than Ultra Instinct, but still. So we see Vegeta absolutely molly whopping Granola here for the most part, hitting him with a headbutt. Like I said, this reminds me a lot of when he faced off against Goku Black in the anime. We see Vegeta hitting this guy with bicycle kicks, right? And these are heavy shots, just absolutely thrashing Granola around, showcasing that new God of Destruction power. And we see at some point in the chapter, Granola puts up a barrier. And remember, this is a technique we saw last arc. Moro had a barrier like this when he was going up against Mirrors, right? When all the Z fighters were down and getting healed by Dende, Mirrors, to buy time, Moro used a barrier to try to shield himself from Mirrors' attacks. So we're seeing Granola using all these different type of techniques. This is not the first time that we've seen Granola use a technique that Moro used in the previous arc. We know that Granola has access to all these different types of techniques, right? We've even seen him do a certain extent of Hakai. The big question is, does Granola have Ultra Instinct? And I'm going to ask that question again here in a little bit when we talk about the big spoiler. So Vegeta says, don't compare this to that boring technique, right? He says, and remember, this is just DBS's Chronicles translation. We'll have an official name, all right, for this when we get the Viz translation tomorrow. Like I said, make sure you guys are here tomorrow. You guys have notifications enabled. It's going to be a big day on the channel. So, Vegeta says, if Kakarot is autonomous, then mine's conquering. You could call mine the instinct of conquest. So basically, this God of Destruction form is like Vegeta's own version of Ultra Instinct. It's not Goku's Ultra Instinct, of course, right? But it does have like a certain level of instinct to it, right? I've seen some people calling this Mega Instinct, which I don't really like that name, you know. I feel like Destructive Instinct would be a good name for this form, but we won't have an official name for this until we get the official translations tomorrow, right? It seems like Vegeta's this power more has to do with destruction energy, right? And has to do with the fighting spirit. Because Vegeta repeats that, the higher his fighting spirit is, the more his power rises, right? So it's much different than Goku's Ultra Instinct, which is more about the mastery of self movement. So we'll talk about that, a little bit more tomorrow once we get the official translations, because there's still a lot about this form that we don't understand. So we see Vegeta. He comes out of nowhere, and he's able to go through. He overpowers Granola's shield, and he gives Granola a huge kick to the face. Very good detail and art over here. And he hits Granola right basically where his earpiece is. Because remember, we just learned that Oatmeal is an AI, and that his brain is centered right over here in Granola's headstock, right? So some people are saying, "Oh, did Vegeta just kill Oatmeal?" Right? I don't know. We'll see when we get the full chapter. But still, that would be a very good strategy by Vegeta if he did take out Oatmeal right over here, because Granola does rely on Oatmeal significantly in battle. But let's get to the big spoiler. And this, I laughed when I woke up this morning knowing I was going to have to make this video because, Vegeta fans, man, they have it bad. You guys know I love Vegeta, but I've always been a Goku guy. Goku's my favorite character in the show, but I love Vegeta, But Vegeta fans, man, when they saw the early draft pages, everyone was getting hyped. This was going to finally be Vegeta's moment to shine, because we've seen throughout history, Vegeta does not get the dub against big villains. He never does. You can go through DBZ, DBS, he never gets the dub. And people thought finally this could be Vegeta's big win against a main antagonist. And the way with the early draft pages, I thought personally, this whole chapter was going to be a showcase of Vegeta's new form, kind of like how Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 64 was when Goku perfected UI against Moro, right? And it looks like for the beginning part of this chapter, and for a good amount of this chapter, Vegeta does own Granolah. But what we get here is you can see Vegeta is down. He is down. So Granolah fired off a huge, some massive attack because Vegeta's his battle suit is completely destroyed, right? Giving me Majin Vegeta vibes. He's completely destroyed. You can see the blood and the scars and the wounds everywhere. You guys got to remember, when Vegeta first transformed, it seemed like the transformation also has some kind of healing effect, because you could see all of the wounds that Vegeta had gained in the last chapter while fighting Granolah in Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. Right, all those scars and wounds either were covered up or they were gone. Vegeta looked like he was completely back. To 100% health. But now you can see the scars are back, and he looks even in worse shape than before. So Vegeta has blood all over, his battle suit's completely destroyed. It looks like he also looks like his eye is closed. It looks like he gets a black eye as well. So this made a lot of Vegeta fans angry, and I can understand, especially since this is a new form for Vegeta. Vegeta just got a new form, and in less than one chapter, boom, it's done. He's defeated, right? And this brings about a lot of questions, because we saw when Goku was defeated a couple manga chapters ago, right? Goku, in my opinion, Goku's guard was down, which still pisses me off, and that allowed Granolah to, catch up on Goku and defeat him quickly. We've seen that they've kind of nerfed UI a bit, right? Especially for the story that they're telling here, which does piss me off. But it seemed like Vegeta got his ass whooped worse than Goku. Goku's gi wasn't completely destroyed. Plus, he had a huge scar from where Granolah hit his vital point. But Goku just had some little scars and wounds. But it looks like Vegeta, his entire suit is destroyed. He has blood everywhere, and he looks like he has a black eye. So things were looking good for Vegeta at the beginning, but it looks like now he ends up in worse shape than Goku, because he was in control, and now he's completely defeated. It looks like completely defeated. And this looks just like manga chapter 61 or 62 when Moro defeated Vegeta. This image reminds me so much of that chapter. So we see the translation. Vegeta says, "Damn it, what the hell happened?" Let's go back to DBS Chronicles real quick. So he says, like, a chapter 75 short summary. He says in his, and the way this name is translated in Japanese, it's called Wagamama no Gokui, right? So it has something to do with instinct, but it's not ultra instinct, right? And I will make a video in the coming days once we get more information, try to explain this form and what it actually means, because it is much different in Goku's ultra instinct form. But anyway, so basically, I wish we had more panels for this and more images, because this is big. So apparently, Vegeta intended to use Hakai. We know that Vegeta knows the Hakai technique, but he intended to use Hakai and blow up the planet, similar to what Beerus has done in the past, right? Remember the first episode of Dragon Ball Super. So Vegeta intends to use Hakai and blow up the planet. Just then, Granolah awakens his true potential and turns the tables, overpowering Vegeta, right? So Vegeta was going to use Hakai to blow up the planet, which, first off, that's weird. It's weird because Vegeta is not that type of person anymore, right? This could be one of two things. Possibly this could be Vegeta trying to bait Granolah, right? Because Vegeta has been trying to make Granolah see that, him and Goku are the bad guys here. They're not working for Frieza. And actually that they're being manipulated into this battle, you know? But Granolah won't listen. So maybe Vegeta threatened to blow up the planet, almost as like a last resort to try to get Granolah to change his ways. Or for Granolah just to open his eyes and realize, hey, we're not the bad guys here, because I find it kind of crazy that Vegeta would try to blow up the planet, especially with Goku still there, right? And he knows Goku, where's Goku going to instant transmit to, right? Goku's not in the best shape. And, the Sugar Raelians are there as well. Vegeta noticed the city before the battle began, right? As Goku and Vegeta were flying towards the mountains to fight Granolah, they noticed the Sugar Raelians in the city. So why would Vegeta blow up the planet knowing that there's innocent people that have nothing to do with this conflict, on it? So I kind of believe it's a bait. Or the other thing is, we saw in some of these panels that Vegeta, it seemed like, Vegeta gets very aggressive when he fights in this form. And we know Vegeta's at his best when he's in control of a fight. I feel like we all agree with that. But it seems that as, these panels go on, you can see the cocky look on Vegeta's face. It seems like maybe the destructive power kind of goes to his head a little bit. And maybe it gets to the point we'll have to, of course, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait for the full chapter tomorrow. But maybe Vegeta's mental state gets to the point where the power goes to his head, and he almost destroys the planet, right? Maybe that's one of the drawbacks of this form, is that it causes Vegeta to kind of go a little bit haywire, and then he kind of loses himself in the battle too much, because we've seen Vegeta is very, very into this battle, right? And the whole thing about, like, how his fighting spirit, makes this form have unlimited potential, because the higher his fighting spirit, the more powerful he gets. So maybe that, but we'll have the answer of what's going on when we have the full chapter here in less than 24 hours, right? So We see Granola walking over to Vegeta, kind of similar to how Granola did when he defeated Goku a couple chapters ago. He's walking over to Vegeta. Vegeta's like, "What the hell happened?" So it seems like Granola unlocks his true potential. And what does that mean? Because we know the wish here is the key, but the wish is so confusing because last chapter Vegeta's talking about rankings and how those the strongest, second strongest, those only reflect a moment in time. And I talked about it so many times that maybe Granola's wish made him stronger than Goku and Vegeta at the point that he made the wish. But as time went on, because remember, there's like a mini time skip after Granola's wish, where we see Goku and Vegeta training with Beerus and Whis. Maybe during that time, since Granola didn't do any training after making the wish, that Goku and Vegeta were able to surpass Granola again, since they trained and Granola didn't. But, it seems that that wasn't the case. I thought, Granola's wish was going to come back to bite him now in this chapter, but it seems like that is not the case. Granola unlocks his potential, whatever that means, and, he defeats Vegeta, which is wild. It's wild because you gotta guess there must have been a huge gap between Granola and Vegeta, and I'm also confident in saying that there was a gap between Granola and Ultra Instinct Goku, even though Goku was fighting a clone. I truly believe if Goku, you know, didn't drop his guard down when he found out he was fighting a clone, he would have defeated Granola. He was in control. Granola couldn't touch him, right? But it's very interesting to see. So it looks like we're gonna get to see full power Granola in this chapter. Looks like we're gonna get to see full power Granola in this chapter. What that could mean, I don't know. Right? I don't know if the wish gave Granola some crazy amount of potential, or if the wish gave Granola the ability to get as strong as the people that are trying to catch up to him to be the strongest in the universe. So Granola gets stronger as Goku and Vegeta get stronger. That is a possibility. Who knows? But there's a lot of different things that could be going on here. But what we do know is that Vegeta's new form does get defeated in this chapter. And a lot of people are going to be unhappy about that. Twitter has been a war zone with Dragon Ball and Vegeta fans this morning, man. And I feel bad. I feel bad for Vegeta fans. I'm going to be honest. Vegeta has this new form, all this hype about it, and he gets defeated here in this chapter. One chapter after revealing his new form. But like I said, I'm going to wait till we have the full chapter because, it's going to be interesting to see what the hell happened. How did Vegeta go from being in full control, right, to Granola unlocking this potential and then defeating Vegeta? Because something big happens. If, Vegeta's battle suit is completely destroyed and he's covered in blood, scars, and wounds when he was 100%, healthy and in control before, Granola has to pull up some big moves. So definitely, I cannot wait to see the full chapter here in less than 24 hours, and we get the full context of what's actually going on here. Okay, uh, you know, I don't know. Does Granola have Ultra Instinct? Does Granola have something that we don't know of? I don't know, but I am excited to see what the hell happens. All right. Also, what is interesting, uh, does that mean that the Heater clans are gonna finally show up? Right? Because we've seen this. It looks like this is the end of the battle with Granola and Vegeta, and we've seen Granola already defeated Goku. Right? They do have one Sensu Bean left. Because remember, Granola or not Granola, Vegeta gave Goku the first Sensu Bean at the beginning of the battle, like excuse me, about 4 chapters ago. Vegeta had the second Sensu Bean in his battle suit. So maybe Vegeta uses that Sensu Bean to heal himself up and go at it again with Granola. Maybe he splits it in half with Goku, right? I don't know. But they should still have that Sensu Bean. What if Granola actually stole the Sensu Bean from Vegeta? That would be alpha. That would be some alpha level shit. But we don't know. We're not gonna know until we get the full chapter uh here in 24 hours. But if the battle between Vegeta and Goku versus Granola is the end here, this would be a perfect place for them to pause, right? Have some dialogue, because Granola still needs to figure out that the Heater Clan are manipulating him. You know, Plus, Granolah still wants to get that information from Goku and Vegeta about Frieza's location. So there is some dialogue that needs to take place between these three characters. It's been mainly non-stop fighting, which I don't mind, of course, but it's basically been non-stop action these last 3, 4 chapters. And it would be good to take a little bit of a break to get some dialogue. Plus, we need to see what's going on with the Heater clan. Because I could definitely see this being transitioned to the point where the Heater clan become the focus. Because remember, we have all this hype and this X factor in gas, right? We're still waiting to see what gas brings to the table, and we're still also waiting to see what kind of wish the Hero Clan want to make with the Dragon Balls. So there's still a lot to go on here, but definitely this is potentially the biggest spoiler for this chapter. Vegeta's new God of Destruction form is defeated by Granolah, and I know it's gonna make a lot of people unhappy, but hey, man, look, maybe this is just a prelude for something greater for Vegeta, right? Maybe this is just the basis. Maybe there's a form beyond this for Vegeta with this new God of Destruction power, right? Maybe this is like Goku's UI Omen. Who knows? Who knows? But there's still a lot for us to find out. This is a big spoiler, but there's still a lot that we have yet to be seen. And I cannot wait to see it once we get the full chapter tomorrow. So other than that, guys, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you guys for joining me on the channel. I just really want to take some time and talk about these spoilers and where I see things going as we get ready for the full chapter release here in just a couple of hours. So I'll see you guys later, man. May stay safe and healthy. Like I said, be back here tomorrow, man. Be back here tomorrow because we're going to discuss the full chapter, everything with Vegeta's new form, Granolah unlocking his potential, and anything else that this chapter provides us. So make sure you guys are back here tomorrow. It's going to be a big day on the channel. Dragon Ball Super Manga Day. I cannot wait. So I'll see you guys later. You guys stay safe and healthy, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, slap a like on the video. Hit the button next to my name, Fitzwang TV, so you guys are notified every time I post a new video. I'll see you guys later. Follow me down on social media. The link is in the description down below. And I'll leave you guys with this. Christopher Sabat, the English dub voice actor for Vegeta, knew about the spoilers for this month's manga chapter, right? And he posted this. This is a tweet from last year, 2020. Basically, that was when Vegeta got defeated by Moro. And here we are a year later. Christopher Sabat decided to bring the tweet back. And he said, woke up to Vegeta trending, and when you found out why, you won't be shocked. As we all know, Akira Toriyama's favorite hobby seems to be torturing Vegeta fans. Ha ha ha. And he decided to bring that tweet back today when he saw Vegeta trending again, and it was because Vegeta loses to Granolah with his new form. Absolutely hilarious. So I'll leave you guys with that funny tweet from the English dub voice actor from Vegeta, man. That is funny. But I'll see you guys later. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the full chapter. Stay safe and healthy, y'all. Peace.